I've been dancing to the Rolling Stones this morning, Emotional Rescue. Now, I am Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I'm a soul sculptor. I help you break the mold of past trauma and heartbreaks so that you can have the amazing life and business of your dreams. Not to mention life and business, but the relationships as well. So the question that I get asked repeatedly is, why am I feeling numb? Why do I feel nothing? And I'll just share a little something with you that I looked on the internet to see, where does numbness come from? I know I experienced it in my healing journey, and I'll discuss that with you. Mick Jagger, in his song Emotional Rescue, says, "I'll be steadfast and true. I'll come to your emotional rescue. I'll be your knight in shining armor." And when you know the history of Mick Jagger, you know none of those things are true. And so, very talented man, but definitely not steadfast and true. So, why do we feel numbness? Well, according to the internet, numbness comes from anxiety and depression. However, and this is very important, anxiety and depression are not the cause of numbness. Anxiety and depression are symptoms of what happened before that is causing the numbness. Numbness comes from trauma. Trauma could be sexual molestation, it could be rape, it could be loss of a loved one, shock and loss, abandonment. And as I said before, one of the things that I experienced on my healing journey was numbness. When we feel numb, we feel dead inside. It feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It feels like there's no joy, there's no passion, there's no happiness, there's no expression of emotion whatsoever. So where does numbness come from? It comes from pushing down feelings, and that comes from being told, don't cry or I'll give you something to cry about. If you were in my household, that was one of the common phrases that we heard often from our mother. Don't cry or I'll give you something to cry about. So pretty soon as a child you learn, whether it was that phrase or stop crying, pretty soon you learn that your emotions don't matter, that you don't matter. And you begin to shrink, you begin to suppress who you truly are, you stop emoting, you stop feeling anger, you stop feeling joy, because even feeling joy, don't make so much noise. Stop being so loud and excited, because children, when they're expressing joy, what do? They shriek. Eee! It's an expression of joy, gladness, light. So stuffing our emotions, and we can do this in a number of ways. We can take a shot of tequila. We could eat a muffin, eat half a gallon of ice cream, go get a milkshake, eat a basket of French fries, stuff fast food down our gullet to suppress and push down those emotions. So when we are suppressing emotions, what are we doing? We are resisting our natural state. We are suppressing our feelings. When we suppress our feelings, we get so used to stuffing them, pushing them down, suppressing who we are. We stop expressing our words. We stop speaking. We stop talking to people about what we prefer and go along with what our partner, our spouse, our parents, our children want us to do. And so, as I said before, anxiety and depression are not, they're not the source of the suffering. They are a symptom of something much greater and deeper. And when we heal the trauma, which is what I do, I help people heal trauma. I healed mine, and that's why I sit before you feeling joyful and happy and grounded in my body. And when we're grounded in our body and we're happy, we breathe. We expand our energy field. We become grander, bigger. We become our true self. We are in the process of unbecoming, letting go of all those trapped emotions. This is what I help you do. And on my website, Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, you can sample some of my work. I have a free download, Transmuting Anxiety and Worry. And that, my friends, it is a 12-minute audio that will calm your worries. It will calm your fears. It will allow you to drift into a peaceful sleep. I gifted it to someone last night, and I was sent a text this morning. Thank you so much for that audio. I slept deeply and peacefully. When we have anxiety, we wake up in the night, we worry. These thoughts begin to surface, and we don't know how to stop them. And so this is what I help you do. I give you the tools to help you stop worrying, giving the mind something else to do. All right, so I want to give you a tool today. I'll make it really quick. So one of the fastest things to do with emotions is to allow them to move. So you feel sadness. You may not know where it's coming from. You might have experienced a phone call and it may have triggered a memory. And so this sadness is coming up from some past trauma. That's okay, it happens. So welcome the sadness, bring it on, take a nice deep breath. Sadness, I feel you. Where am I feeling that? In my body. You might be feeling it in your stomach. You might be feeling it in your heart. Put your energy and attention in that place where you feel the sadness, whether it's heart or abdomen. Whichever place is stronger, put your attention there. Breathe into that place. Feeling the sadness fully. And it will move. And when the sadness or sorrow or grief moves, the light starts to flow in. We start to feel better. We start to feel happier. Now the same thing can be expressed with anger. And hi, Star, nice to see you. So if we feel angry, there are several things we can do, and I've taught the Kundalini Yoga where you pump your abdomen and you're breathing the breath of fire through the nose. At the same time, doing this, like the backstroke with your arms. You could be listening to the Emotional Rescue by the Stones. Well, do 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 do, and before long, you're feeling joyful. You've moved the emotion because you're breathing. Breathing, breath work allows us to move emotions. Emotion. It's meant to move, not get stuck and stagnant. And here's the other thing about emotions. The more that we hold them in, guess what? The belly gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You might get constipated. There may be a lot of different things that start to surface from holding and stuffing emotions in. The other thing that begins to happen is you protect yourself with body fat. And when you start to feel safe in your body and you love yourself completely, you'll find you get to that perfect weight that you so deserve. Love the body, love yourself. You're okay as you are. We're all okay as we are. And remember, we're all a work in progress. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be the best version of us today, where we are right now. So be compassionate with where you're at. Remember, anxiety and depression are symptoms of a greater issue, usually trauma. And so we don't want to put a Band-Aid, medicate over top of the symptom, because what does it do? it just suppresses it further. It doesn't heal it. We want to get to the root of the problem. Pull it out by the root. You know, I used to do landscaping, so I know a lot about weeds and pulling things out by the roots. And so now I tend to the garden of your heart, helping you have a loving relationship with yourself, and then you're finding your loving relationship with others is coming and developing, and next thing you know, you're feeling more joy, you're having more happiness, you're having more wonderful sex, you're expressing yourself in amazing ways, which is what you so deserve. So let me just see. So stuffing. Another thing that can cause numbness is nervousness. So if you're not comfortable in your body, then you need to get grounded. Take a nice deep breath. Breathing is the fastest way to move emotions. You breathe into the emotion, this cloud of whatever it is that is it maybe feeling like it's permeating your whole auric field, all around you, surrounding you. So then you just let me breathe into my auric field. Wow, what a difference. Remember the old, you could do that. You could breathe from your feet all the way up. And you release. So there's lots of different ways to release emotion. You can cry, you can scream, you can get your energy cleared. I help you do a lot of these things. I want to recommend my anxiety and depression package, which is now $77, and it will be that way now probably for the next week before it goes to $97. Within that, you get transmuting anxiety and worry. You get transmuting grief and shame, which, you know, the very low vibrating emotions, 20 on the Richter scale. So we want to release that. Then there's depression level 1, depression level 2. It will release depression from the root. Then there's the dance of anger healing, and then there's a full energy clearing for depression. So this package is worth over, well, I added it up, it's something like $900 and something, and it's $77 right now. On my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com. Get yours today. And if you want to try it out, the Transmuting Worry is your free download on my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com. I hope this helped you. And to all my friends on Quora, sending a big shout out and thank you for your questions. I love you. I appreciate you. Mwah! Thanks for watching.